Well, welcome to part 2 of Total Carnage, happening on the Gold Coast, April 7th. It is going to be awesome. Nathan Carnage Corbett putting his Muay Thai World Heavyweight title on the line against the Super Heavyweight champion from France. In part 1, we got to meet both guys at the press conference there, have a little chat with Stefan and find out just a little bit about him. Nathan getting some great press the next day in the local paper, and then the following day having a walk on the beach after a quick throw around with Nakana, his son, and had the camera down there to film a chat and find out how he's feeling. How do you feel a couple of days out?
No, I'm feeling good. I've been having to cut weight for this fight. I'm allowing myself to eat every few hours so I can eat right into this fight. Most fighters, are cutting weight and feeling pretty horrible. So energy-wise, I feel good, and mind-wise, I feel great. So it's going to be a good preparation, or it has been a good preparation, and it's only another 24 hours to the weigh-in. Kilo underweight, so might even have some cake tonight.
Treat yourself. Now, a lot of people wouldn't know that you're a dad. What's that like, being a fighter and a father of a young boy?
Yeah, no, it's been good. Like 10 years ago, I had my son Nakana, and it was sort of unexpected at the time. It's been a challenge in many ways, but it's been awesome. And it was only last week that I was watching him play football, and it was probably the most highlighted, excited moment of my whole life. Everything that I've done hasn't even matched up to watching my son run down the football field and score a try. So it really gives you a sense of what life is all about. So he's awesome. It's unreal.
So there you go, a quick chat on the beach, then meeting some of the fans, and then interviewing Nakana for a quick one. How old are you?
10.
What's it like when you go watch your dad fight?
Really nice and good.
Really nice and good. Do you get scared?
Sort of.
What do you think about when you're watching him?
I get worried that he'll lose, but I just think positive, and I think he'll win.
Usually wins, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So what do you think's going to happen on Saturday night?
Saturday night, my dad's probably going to win. And then the other guy will probably have a cut head.
Yeah, well, that might be a funny thing for a little fella to say, but going by Nathan's experience, if he lands an elbow during the fight, there will be blood, that's for sure. Carnage in full effect there. But one of our friends is Loretta Lizio. She's on the Gold Coast, a great artist. She was having a showing that night, so we thought we'd go along with the camera, and I thought I'd give Nathan the mic.
One of the things we always like to talk about is dreams and how we got started. And did you always know from when you were young that you wanted to be an artist? And if so, what steps did you take?
I always loved art from when I was little, but I didn't consider it as an actual career path until about 2 years ago when I moved to the Gold Coast. But I don't know, just doing it constantly, repetitive. People see it, gets out there, then you get one more little gig and then another little gig, and that leads on to something else, and you just meet the right people, and yeah, just have fun with it and not push it too much, just do it because you love it, and it just works out.
Yes, there you go, something a little bit different for the Carnage and Art Show during fight week. Now it's all down to Friday, Good Friday on the Gold Coast, and the weigh-in at Conrad Jupiter's. This is where all the fighters have to get up on stage in front of the crowd. There's the belts that some of them are fighting for, and show off all the hard work they've put in on their bodies to make weights for their different fights. And then it all came down to the big two, Carnage and Stefan, and here they are.
And at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, this man is the WKN World Super Heavyweight title holder. He is challenging Nathan Corbett. Please welcome Stefan Suspaherji. He's done the work outside the ring, ladies and gentlemen. He's come in nicely, 95.1. Is that the official weight? 95.1 kilos. Well done. The man you've all been waiting for, the current world champion, Nathan Carnage. 96.7.
Yeah, Carnage, 100 grams over the weight, but they gave it to him because those undies weigh about that. So there you are, everything all sweet and good to go. That's the belt they'll be fighting for, doing some last-minute press there at Conrad Jupiter's. You'll probably see that story in the paper. And, of course, the big stare-down, quite intense And it was at this point that I grabbed Stefan to ask him how he was feeling about it all.
I'm feeling good. I didn't focus too much on the event. We have the day tomorrow to think of this, and for now it's resting and rest, and that's it.
How have you found the Gold Coast? You've been here a couple of days now. What have you been up to?
It's a very nice place, and I take too much sunshine, but it will be good for the fight. But nice view. Everything is beautiful here.
What sort of stuff goes through your mind? Like, I've known Nathan a long time before fights, and obviously at weigh-ins it becomes a little bit more. You're doing face-offs. What do you get more aggressive? Do you start thinking differently?
For the fight, I prepare myself, and I'm focused on my fight. I didn't thinking of things aggressive, but I'm thinking of get my belt for this time. So it's a good challenge, and I want to get it.
All right, man. Well, I ask people a lot about living dreams. Like, what's the ultimate dream for you, even with fighting? Like, what do you want to achieve, the ultimate?
My ultimate goal is to become, one of the best fighters, because there is some things to do for me. So I want to fight the best one, and if I can, beat the best one.
Well, you're probably taking the best tomorrow night. You're fighting a legend. How does that feel?
Yeah. For me, it's a very good opportunity. It's a famous people and great fighter, so it's for me to take the opportunities to beat him, and it's a great chance for me.
Yes, there he is, Stefan. He's made a lot of friends on the Gold Coast, a good guy, and time to catch up with the Carnage. How you feeling?
I feel good, mate. I feel awesome. 96.7. So 100 grams over, which is pretty much spot on with the digital scales, give or take. Couldn't be any better.
You always look calm, but tomorrow night now, it's all the official things are done. You just rock up tomorrow night and fight. Do you get nervous? What do you do now for the next 24 hours?
Yeah, definitely get nervous. I guess over the years I've tried to make, take it longer before I get that, that complete adrenaline dump. If I get it tonight, it's almost wasted. So trying to keep it in the body as long as I can, and then come tomorrow night, get to the venue. Obviously, the body's pumping, but I get distracted by meeting and greeting people and seeing what's going on at the fight and getting photos and whatnot. And then it's not until I sort of tape those hands up, when I bind my hands with tape, and it's like, okay, well, the weapons are on. It's time to fight and turn into a different person, I guess.
Now, you just had a pretty close encounter with him there in the face-off. What was that like? There was a lot of staring going on there.
Yeah, it's a lot of staring. I try not to actually. I make it look like I'm staring them in the eyes, but I just look at just to blow them, because I don't need anyone looking at me in the eye, and I'm not really into that kind of thing too much, and psyching each other out through eyeballing each other, and it's always fun. You got to do that for the newspapers and stuff. But like I said, there's no attitude between the both of us, and but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fireworks, between the both of us fighting. On Saturday night, so it'll be good.
Well, I'm guessing that it doesn't happen often in your career that you get to fight at home, and that feeling of when you get introduced to the ring, the song plays, you come out, there's a roar. You must be looking forward to that in some ways.
Mate, I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, my last two fights was in LA in September last year, and then in November I went to Holland. And it's nice to fight overseas, but it's not the same like fighting at home. So to come home and to be in front of 4,000 screaming, pretty hardcore Carnage fans, and that is going to be an amazing feeling. So it's definitely in my advantage for that side of it, but I'm excited. It's going to be great. Can't wait. It's living the dream.
Yes, there you go. Speaking of the dream, there it is. The World Heavyweight Championship, Carnage against Stefan from France. If you can't be on the Gold Coast to check it out, make sure you check out The Web Show. Thanks for watching.